Hello, welcome and assalamu alaikum guys. Welcome back to our second video for NECU Migration Consultancy. In this video, I'm going to talk about the permanent residency categories you all waiting for. First of all, thank you for all the support and queries that I'm getting for the last couple of weeks. This allows me to gather data in a more meaningful manner for you guys. So thank you for supporting and keep supporting us. So let's come back to the topic for all the visa subclasses for the permanent residency. Basically, there are three major visa categories that are subclass 189, we call it skill independent, subclass 190, which is a point tested stream, and subclass 491, which is a regional visa. Let's talk about subclass 189. In subclass 189, you have to gather points through your age, through your qualification, through English language test, and either your marriage status, you are married, you are single. The singles get 10 points straight away. For married people, you have to get your spouse the English proficiency and her skill assessment as well, his or her skill assessment. So once you gather the point, the minimum eligibility to apply for 189 is 65 points. But this doesn't mean that you are going to be invited for visa at 65 points. Okay, 65 is the minimum criteria. So the people are getting invites at roughly around 75-80, depending on profession, depending upon their experience, and some more factors. The difference between 189 and 190 is only about the 5 points. In 190, you are being nominated by any state, whether it will be New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia, Western Australia, or any other state like Tasmania or Northern Territory. The major difference between 189 and 190 is you have to gather points by your education, your qualifications, your qualification in Australia, whether you've studied in Australia or not, your English language, whether it's a straight 7, straight 8, whether you have a NATI, which is a language translating course. It's a $800 course that you can do through online. And so the difference between both of them is only about the 5 points. Now let's come to the visa 491. Definitely I'll guide you more about 189 and 190. If you have any queries, you have questions, you can leave that in comments, or you can touch me through messenger, and definitely I would be more than happy to assist you guys. The 491 is a regional visa category. The difference between 189, 190 and now 491. In 491, other than your points that you have gathered through all the criteria that I've mentioned, and you can check your score by going through the immigration website for the points calculator, there is an additional 15 points from the regional state that is sponsoring you. So it means that if you are scoring 70 as an individual, then you have a score of 85, 670 plus 15 for a regional 491 visa. But let me assure you that this is a 5 years conditional visa in which you have to satisfy a requirement of 3 years minimum income stream, which is around 57,000. So you have to show a tax return of 57,000 to be eligible after 3 years to get the permanent residency. So this is the difference between 189, 190 and 491 visa. Other than this, we do have Australian immigration do have a category subclass 186, which is an employer sponsor stream. This is different, as in this one you don't have to score for your age, for your qualification, but for this one you should be having a minimum 3 years experience in your field. And this allows Australian employers to sponsor anyone either from overseas or within Australia that satisfies all the requirements. And the basic requirements is you should be capable of speaking a competent English, and then you have to satisfy a 3 years minimum work requirement. That's it. So these are the basic 4 categories that basically allows you to migrate to Australia through permanent residency. If you have any other queries, please reach out to us through our Facebook page, messenger, or leave that in comments. See you again in next video. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.